Hey there, thanks for stopping by and welcome back to Devi's Breath Mind Nexus. If you're here for the first time, I'm Miss Devi Sundar, by professional trade, a respiratory physiotherapist and a psychotherapist. And I'm also the founder of Teletherapies and Breathe, a platform that incorporates behavioral health for lung health, occupational health, and also for mental health. Today, in this video, I would like to share my experience of over 2 decades as a respiratory physiotherapist and psychotherapist about the profound impact of our breathing on our health, especially the critical aspect of breathing through our mouth and its impact on our health. Did you know that over 50% of population are chronic mouth breathers? While occasional mouth breathing is normal, chronic mouth breathing can lead to a range of negative consequences for both the physical and mental health, from sleep apnea, high blood pressure, coronary heart disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, resulting in respiratory infections, daytime fatigue, poor concentration, and decreased productivity. Mouth breathing can also have a negative consequence on our structural development, especially the craniofacial structures, our jaws, and our teeth development. That's not all. A survey conducted by the British Snoring and Sleep Apnea Association identified 15 million snorers in UK. And imagine those 15 million bed partners of the snorers affected with loss of sleep that impacts on their productivity and their quality of life, which also in turn affects their relationship. If you can relate with me on this, stick until the end of this video where I'm going to discuss why mouth breathing is a silent epidemic, breaking the myths of oxygen, silos in medical practice, how to identify you are a mouth breather, and why mindful breathing practices are important. Listen to David's story and 4 practical tips to transform from mouth to nose breathing. Before we jump into the details, if you have not done already, please do hit that subscribe button so that you get notified on my weekly content. Without any further ado, let's continue the video. Why it is important to breathe through our nose. As humans, we are designed to breathe through our nose. So the air we breathe is purified and warm before it reaches our lung. That is the fuel tank of our body. So looking at the numbers, we take 20,000 average number of breaths in each day. That is 2,000 gallons of air we breathe each day. 30 pounds of air molecules we inhale and exhale every day. 20% of additional oxygen you get into your body if you're breathing through your nose. Pause for a moment and check whether you breathe through your nose or mouth. Why am I giving importance to whether you're breathing through your nose or mouth? Because it is often we overlook the way we breathe, assuming it be an automatic and inconsequential bodily function. However, the way we breathe, including whether we breathe through our nose or mouth, the depth, the pattern of breath can harm or eat us. One particular harmful breathing habit that often goes unnoticed is mouth breathing. Breathing through your nose has many benefits, including increasing intake of nitric oxide, a miracle molecule that opens the blood vessels, improves our immune functions, enhances our fat loss, and can boost mood and sexual functions. Now, breaking the oxygen myth. Contrary to the popular belief, inhaling pure oxygen doesn't necessarily offer significant benefits for a healthy body. Our cells don't absorb all the oxygen we inhale, much of it is exhaled back out. Instead, what truly matters for an optimal cellular level of function is maintaining a healthy level of carbon dioxide. Yes, you heard it right. Carbon dioxide, this often overlooked molecule, plays a vital role in the metabolism and allows the cells to efficiently extract the oxygen from circulating hemoglobin, which I mean the red blood cells. So our oxygen gets bound to the red blood cells from hemoglobin. For every 10 pounds of fat loss in our bodies, 8.5 pounds comes out through the lungs, mainly as carbon dioxide mixed with water vapor. To keep the carbon dioxide and oxygen balance, just take fewer, longer breaths. A study at the University of Pavia in Italy found that blood flow to our brain increased and the heart circulation and nervous system functioned most efficiently when participants inhaled and exhaled at a rate of about 5.5 seconds each. The time it takes to chant the Buddhist mantra Om Mani Padme Hum about 5.5 breaths per minute. A regular practice of yoga technique. You can find the demonstration on James Nestor's website. Nadi Shuddha, that the alternate nostril breathing, not only keeps the nasal passages clear, but also helps balance the right nostrils, which activates the fight or the flight sympathetic nervous system response, and the left, which is connected to the calming the parasympathetic system, which I've explained in one of my videos earlier. You can find the link either on the screen at the top or in my description box below. So it is very important that the sympathetic and parasympathetic system is in balance function to maintain calmness inside us. Now, how to identify whether you are a mouth breather? Identifying whether you are a mouth breather is very important at the early stages so that you can take timely interventions and improve your health and protect your overall well being. Some common signs of mouth breathing include open mouth posture, dry lips, bad breath, snoring, frequent respiratory infections. Children who are mouth breathers may also exhibit speech difficulties and concentration and experience fatigue. Now, let's talk about the silos in medical practice. Mouth breathing is not just nuisance, it's a precursor to numerous chronic illnesses, as I listed earlier in my introduction, from sleep apnea to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And their repercussions are far reaching and often debilitating and puts our human life into chaos. Unfortunately, our medical system is failing to address this critical issue. General practitioners and respiratory consultants are focused on treating only the symptoms rather than the root cause. In my clinical experience, patients have reported they have reached out to their GPs in the primary care with their respiratory conditions or with the sleep issues, but no one ever mentioned the importance of the nasal breathing and mindful breathing practices, nor referred to any of those breathing specialists. And those patients with the moderate or end stage COPDs are referred to a pulmonary rehabilitation setting, which focuses mainly on the physical exercise and education and diet, but none of the topics on the rehab focus on the mindful breathing practices other than the diaphragmatic or the pursed lip breathing. It's like they are treating me in isolation without considering how my breathing affects my overall health. We are living in the silos of medicine where specialists focus on the area of expertise without considering the interconnectedness of the body, like the mind, body, and soul are connected. But what happens in one organ affects what's happening in the other organ. Our body is like a vehicle, and all the parts of the similar to all the parts of the cars should be in coordinated function for a smooth drive. The multiple organs inside our body should coordinate the function for a smooth living experience. I believe there is hope by raising awareness of importance of nasal breathing and teaching the mindful based breathing modules in a pulmonary rehab setting or in general practitioner setting. We can empower the individuals to take control of their respiratory health. We need to integrate the mindful breathing into mainstream medical care, especially the primary care and community care settings. It's time to prioritize the preventive measures and the holistic approaches to healthcare. Together, we can breathe new life into respiratory care and pave the way for a healthier future. There lived a man named David who never paid attention to his breathing. Like many others, he took shallow, hurried breaths without realizing the impact it had on his health and well being. However, that was all about to change. He was browsing a bookstore. He stumbled upon a book titled Take a Deeper Breath by Adam Bluestein. And he was so excited to read about all the impacts and benefits the breathing techniques had on one's health. As he read about these techniques, he also explored some of the classes and he mastered the breathing techniques. With each new technique he learned, David noticed a subtle yet significant changes in his life. He felt more energized, focused, and at peace within himself. His chronic allergies seemed to lessen, and he no longer woke up with feeling groggy or tired. Even his occasional bouts of anxiety seemed more manageable. But perhaps the most remarkable transformation occurred when David discovered the power of nasal breathing. He always been a habitual mouth breather. Strain is placed on his own body. Inspired by the book's teaching, he made conscious effort to breathe through his nose throughout the day. As weeks turned into months, David's nasal passage gradually cleared, allowing him to breathe more freely than ever before. He marveled at the subtle yet profound changes occurring within him. His mood lifted, his immune system strengthened, and he even noticed improvements in his dental health. But the true test came one night when David decided to try simple yet effective. He had read about sleep taping. With a small piece of tape placed lightly over his mouth, he drifted off into a deep and restful slumber. Gone were the nights of loud snoring and restless sleep. Now, let's look into the four simple tips to transform from mouth to nose breathing. Tip number one, practice mindful breathing. Take time each day to focus on your breath, paying attention to the sensation of air flowing in and out of your nostrils. Embrace these four simple exercises for a better breathing. Number one, the box breathing. Inhale through your nose for a count of four, hold for a count of four, exhale for a count of four, and hold for a count of four. Repeat for 6 rounds or more. Stay calm and focused. The second exercise is humming. Breathing normally through the nose while humming any songs or sound for 5 minutes a day can increase the release of nitric oxide, benefiting the nasal passages. Exercise number three, and I believe you love this. Chewing a gum harder. Varieties of gum can strengthen your jaw and open up your airways, aiding in a better breathing. Exercise number four. Practice alternate nostril breathing. That will help you to clear the nasal passages and promote relaxation. If you have a habit of doing this in the morning and in the night before you sleep, that might actually help you promoting a good sleep and a fresh mind to get on with your tasks for the day. Tip number two, maintain nasal hygiene. Regular use of a neti pot or a saline nasal spray can help keep nasal passages clear and reduce congestion. Tip number three, lifestyle changes. Maintaining a good oral hygiene, such as a regular brushing and flossing, can help prevent the bad breaths or any respiratory infections associated with the bacterial growth in your mouth. Avoiding irritants like smoke, allergens, and pollutants can reduce nasal congestion and improve airflow. Tip number four, therapies for mouth breathing can promote healthy nasal breathing. One of the most effective method is myofunctional therapy, which involves exercises to strengthen your tongue muscles and the facial muscles, encouraging proper nasal breathing. Orthodontic treatments, such as palatal expanders, may be recommended to correct the dental or the facial abnormalities. If you relate yourself to one of these issues, please do seek right healthcare to improve your overall well-being. And it needless to say, practicing stress reducing techniques like yoga and meditation can also reduce your chronic mouth breathing caused by anxiety or tension. And it is a win win situation where you're focused on improving your respiratory health and also your mental health. There you have it all. I hope you found this content informative. If you found this content informative, please do hit that like button and share with your friends and people you care in your life. As usual, stay curious, stay healthy. Signing off, Devi Sundar.